Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Odette Stone, and in today's video I am going to talk a little bit about the coming out process, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I want to talk a little bit about what to expect, the pros, the cons, and those expectations. I want to talk about, when to do it, why to do it, all of those fun things. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so I have to make a little bit of a disclaimer before we start this. These are my thoughts, these are my opinions, these are tips that worked for me, and I thought that I would share them and that I would talk about it with you guys. Also, I do have my notes sitting right in front of me, so if you see me looking down a lot, it's just because I'm trying to stay on track and I don't want to ramble that much because, as you know, I have a great habit of doing that. So let's actually start the video now. Okay, so if you're thinking about coming out to, your friends, your family, whoever it may be, at this point, you've pretty much determined that you are trans. And just in case if you've stumbled upon this video and you're not 100% sure, I just want to say something that kind of sealed the deal for me, because I don't know why, it just really did it. But I watched a YouTube video and the person in it said, if you're questioning that you're trans, if you think that you're trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming, anything like that, then you probably are if you have to question it. And so, that being said, now that you've come to the conclusion that you are, a transgender individual, two-spirited, gender, non-conforming, non-binary, anything that encompasses that, the first person that I would recommend telling would be someone that you are extremely close to and someone that you've had, deep conversation with previously about personal topics, things that are very private to you and that individual, whether that be a brother, a sister, a best friend, whoever. For me personally, that was my best friend that I ended up talking to and coming out to in the beginning. That being said, it's probably easiest to come out through text if you're not confident or comfortable enough to come out to them, during a phone call, during a face-to-face interaction. Texting is pretty much how I came out as a whole. To everybody, I came out to my best friend first, and then it trickled into my family, and then everyone else. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Also, once you have, that first person told and they've given you the green light and everything's okay and you know that it's good at that point, before you start telling family, especially if you come from a very close-minded, religious, whatever type of family, and you have even the slightest doubt that you could potentially be kicked out of your living situation, that, harm could be brought to you, anything like that, you do want to take certain precautions just in case. I would highly recommend you have, a little, these are my important things packed away, so that if, things kind of hit the fan for you, you are able to grab that bag quickly, collect what belongings you feel like are necessary, and you can leave. So make sure that you do have a safe space to go to, that you've, talked about with another person, set up with them, whoever that may be. Just a little pointer, because sometimes coming out to family doesn't go as planned, and I highly recommend that you prep for the worst, because it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. So that being said, some of the things that you can potentially expect would be things like love, support, acceptance, and those are great things to expect from people, especially if they're open-minded and you already kind of knew how they were as a person, or where their opinions sit on these topics, and so on. But also, you need to understand that some people may actually be confused. Some people will not agree with it, and you're going to meet a lot of resistance when coming out. And that's not a fun thing when you have to deal with this type of resistance. But by this point, hopefully, when you come out publicly to everyone, you've told those select few people that you really cared about knowing, and now you're just doing it as a courtesy to everyone else so that they can understand, you know, why you look different, why you may sound different, why you're living life differently. And a lot of people, especially if you're in the South, are very religious, and you're going to meet a lot of negativity will come your way, and you have to really build up a tough skin to deal with these instances, which is honestly no fun at all, but it does help build you into a stronger person the more you deal with it. And it really matters on how you deal with it. If someone comes at you with hate, do not respond with hate, because it's not going to do anything. All it's going to do is add fuel to the fire. You're not going to potentially change their mind towards a transgender individual or any other type of LGBT person. All you're going to do is give them further reasoning why their opinion is what it is, because of that negative experience that has just come forth. These people are usually going to come to you because they think in their mind that they're doing good, that they're trying to, you know, correct whatever mistake they think you're making. And the best way that I've found to deal with people like this is to smile, really bright, listen to what they have to say, or at least appear like you're listening to them. And then once they've said their piece, you politely walk away. Because if you give them nothing but a positive reaction, or even better, no reaction at all, there's nothing for them to go on. They can't further the interaction. And then they didn't just use you to be an example in whatever setting it may be to, you know, out you, prove their point to the public or whatever, if that makes sense. And honestly, coming out is going to be a really unique experience, because you're going to get to see who is really on your team, who is really there for you, and who isn't. And it's gonna weed out a lot of the fake people in your life, a lot of the fake friends, which is gonna suck, to be honest, because if you thought that whoever this person may be was on your side and they end up not being, that's the tough part. But it's also a good thing, because you get to see that you don't need them. You don't need their negativity. And you're going to build such strong bonds with those who are there for you. Another thing is, you need to be patient with people. If you've just come out as whatever it is you've come out as, you have to understand that in that confusion and in their resistant beginning stages of people accepting you for who you are, you have to understand that they're still in this process with you. They're not going to automatically switch their pronouns for you like you may think or want them to do. And they're not going to automatically be able to call you by whatever new name you're going by, etc. And that goes for close friends. That goes for strangers on the street, especially if you're not that passable as an individual. In the early stages of transitioning or changing your look or whatever it is you're doing, you're going to meet a lot of misgendering, a lot of people not understanding, etc. So I implore you to be as patient as you can be and pick your battles. For example, if someone misgenders you on the street, there really is no need for you to sit there, get upset about it, and, you know, try to correct this person, because you're probably not going to see them again, and it's a waste of time and energy. Just keep pushing forward. Take a few deep breaths. It'll be okay. You got this. And before I end this video, and I hope some of this is making sense, because this is a very personal video, and I know that some of it may seem a little vague. I do want to say, for the religious people out there, for anybody who may come across this video and try to be hateful, try to be negative, specifically from a religious standpoint, if you read the Bible and you care to look this up, you can go to Galatians 3:28, and it says, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is neither male or female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus." So if any closed-minded religious person tries to come at you specifically with religion, hold that verse near, because all they're going to do is try to attack you with the Sodom and Gomorrah story. And there's one other that I believe it also deals with Sodom and Gomorrah, but it's in the beginning of the story. So keep that in mind, because a lot of people will, first of all, be shook that you know that, and they're not going to have anything to come back at you with. It just said, gender don't matter, your position doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, so why are you worried about it? So I hope you like my video. I hope some of these tips kind of help you. I hope just in general you kind of have a little bit of an idea as to what the coming out process may or may not be, because it could either be a really positive experience of everyone's okay with it, everybody's accepting, you meet no resistance, and everybody's able to flip over like this. Or you could come across, you know, the tough route, which is kind of what happened to me. I met a lot of resistance. I met a lot of confusion, and it's still not 100% for me to, you know, everybody be on board. But that's okay, because you don't need everybody. You just need those who are for you. And I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I helped a little bit. So try to stay positive, girl or guy, them, they, you. Stay positive. Bye. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you, you're supposed to subscribe to my channel. Hello, subscribe. And you're supposed to follow me on Instagram, because, hello, it's Instagram. And you can follow me at Odette Stone __. Because why have one of them hoes when you can have two? And I think that might be all that I have to say for this video. So, bye.